and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Hi everybody and welcome to Winkler Movie Reviews. On today's show, we'll be reviewing Live Free or Die Hard.
I'm doing America a favor. Is the country willing to pay for it?
FAA just issued a critical alert. The entire network went down.
Transportation system is crashing and they just hit the entire financial sector.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
I'll take it from here.
Live Free or Die Hard is rated PG-13 and runs about 2 hours and 9 minutes. Let me tell you that Bruce Willis plays John McClane better than ever. He is just an awesome actor and he knows how to bring action to the screen, and this film is no different. If you've seen movies like The Whole 10 Yards and Hostage or stuff like that, you're definitely going to love Live Free or Die Hard. Not only does he bring his comedy from The Whole 10 Yards, but he also brings his action experience from the movie Hostage and the previous Die Hard installments. Well, first of all, I'm going to break down the casting scenarios for this movie. First of all, Justin Long as John McClane's sidekick in this movie. He plays an awesome part, and he is just as funny as he was in Dodgeball, to be honest. And he has so much charisma and so much jump back to John McClane. He plays this part so damn well, and I just love how he just keeps up with John McClane. You know, he's just as funny as Bruce Willis in this film, and it really helps this movie so much. Not only that, the action sequences in this film are some of the best I've ever seen on screen. The action sequences just jump at you at 1,000 degrees and don't let you go. First of all, you have about 5 or 6 big action sequences in the film. First of all, you've got the big scene at the beginning where John McClane is going after the Justin Long's character inside the apartment house, and that's a great action scene just to begin the movie. That takes about 5 minutes. It begins inside the apartment house and then goes through the streets with John McClane in his car, and he's hitting people with his car. Awesome. You'll also know that Lucy McClane, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, plays, you probably know her from Final Destination fame and Grindhouse. She's not really in the movie all that much. She's in the first 5 minutes, then you don't see her until about an hour and a half into the film, which means that she really isn't kidnapped by our villain here in this fourth Die Hard installment. She isn't kidnapped until about an hour and a half into the film. You know, this movie runs about 2 hours and 9 minutes, so more than half the film's already gone by the time her character's kidnapped. But that's okay, because even though the trailers made it look like she might have been kidnapped early on in the film, she's not, because this plot is basically on the terrorism through computers and hacking in today's world. And you basically find out that this guy, Thomas Gabriel, is this ex-CIA, FBI, whatever, and he actually designed this facility to protect all of America's records. You know, him as a villain, he may not be the best villain you've ever seen in a movie, and I think that he may not be the best villain in this whole Die Hard saga, but he stays a good sense of toughness, and he definitely holds up to John McClane. I think one of the best villains in this movie is Maggie Q. You probably know her from Mission Impossible 3. She's basically Thomas Gabriel's henchman, but she could have been the actual villain in this movie. She's just so good that, to be honest, she probably should have been the villain of the movie, and Gabriel should have been her henchman. That's probably the way it should have been, but it still works on a good scale. Her fight scenes with Bruce Willis, especially in the elevator shaft towards halfway through the film, definitely are one of the best action scenes I've ever seen on screen. The visual effects, you really can't tell what's visual in this movie and what isn't, so that's also an interesting aspect on the making of this film. One of the most die-hard questions that everybody receives is basically, is this the best Die Hard movie in the saga so far? I would have to say yes. I think that it definitely holds up to number 1 very well, and I think it even surpasses Die Hard 1. You know, the sequels Die Hard 2, Die Harder, and Die Hard 3 with a Vengeance, those were 2 movies that held up well with Die Hard 1, but weren't quite as good as Die Hard 1. But Live Free or Die Hard, the 4th installment, probably is definitely better than Die Hard 1 in my opinion. The movie just explodes off the screen, the action sequences are superb, the casting is awesome, and everything about this movie is just superb on so many levels. Well, one of the other questions about this installment of Die Hard is that this one is PG-13 while the other Die Hards were rated R. A lot of people are saying, oh, you know, they're going to cut out McClane's famous line, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And it's in this movie, but not in the scale everybody would hoped it would be. The scene that actually happens in is where Thomas Gabriel, spoilers by the way, Thomas Gabriel is getting ready to shoot John McClane right here in the chest. And as soon as he gets ready to shoot him, he says, what do you want on your gravestone? And then Thomas Gabriel tells him, maybe it should be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then Bruce Willis says, how about, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker? But instead of saying the F word, there's kind of a muffled gun noise over the top of it. I mean, you can still hear it very, very, very small, but, you know, you can still hear it, so it's still there. But if you watch the trailer for Live Free or Die Hard, you'll notice that he actually says it someplace else.
Did you want to say something?
And that's in the trailer, and from what the rumors that I'm hearing is that when the film comes to DVD, there's probably going to be an unrated DVD with all the R-rated stuff, like more F-words, more language, more violence. But the violence factor in this Die Hard is definitely up to the scale of Die Hard 1. The violence is just as gritty, just as violent, just as intense as it was in Die Hard 1, so that's nothing to worry about. So the PG-13 in this does not hurt it other than the fact of not hearing yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. So take that as you will. One of the other things about this Die Hard is that I like the story. The story is very well written and it's very, very fleshed out. The movie does not drag. You know, the movie starts with a bang, ends with a bang. I mean, the ending is nothing special, but I can definitely see another Die Hard coming in the near future. I think that this Die Hard series could go on probably for a couple more movies. I mean, I know Bruce Willis is getting older, but that doesn't mean that he still can't carry it on because, you know, it's been 12 years since a Die Hard movie, and he's still as good as ever as he was in Die Hard with a Vengeance. So that tells you a whole lot about it. The action sequences are damn awesome. I mean, they're just so awesome. I mean, you go see this movie, these action sequences are just going to blow your mind, I swear. I mean, plus you have a jet sequence where Bruce Willis is on top of a jet, and he skids down a ramp, and the jet explodes behind him, and the fire just comes from behind him. You have an excellent scene inside a highway tunnel where a car just flips in the air and hits 2 cars and almost lands on Justin Long and Bruce Willis. And then, on top of that, you have a car that launches off a ramp into a helicopter. I mean, come on. Any movie that has a car going into a helicopter, the action sequence has got to be awesome, right? Right. So on that note, the action sequence will just blow you away. The story is good. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is Lucy McClane's daughter. Not in it much, but when she is in it, hot as ever. And Justin Long definitely holds up with Bruce Willis in this movie. And on a side note, Bruce Willis in this movie is just so good.
You bring a cop into my command center.
Command center. It's a basement.
Who is this man?
So, I give the casting a definite good grade. I give the action sequences an awesome grade. And I give the overall story an awesome grade. So, my review of Live Free or Die Hard is...
Salvation!
9 out of 10 stars. For more of my reviews, check back every day or every week for my all-new movie reviews. If you want to submit a review to me for a movie for me to review, email me at mbw555@aim.com. Remember that, mbw555@aim.com. Thank you for watching this review, and I hope you go out and see Live Free or Die Hard, because it's an awesome movie, and you will not be let down. So I'm Mike Winkler, and we'll see you on our next review.